This way, sir. This way, sir.
Your Excellency has promised for stage right. December.
Thank you. You are postponing it to December.
No, this one is different now. That's not December.
So, sir, maybe no one informed you of meeting the president this Friday afternoon.
Well, he's the president of Nigeria, and I'm a Nigerian. He's also the leader of APC, and I'm a member of the APC. I also had the rare honor and privilege of being a chairman when he was in the second term of his election. And I've had a robust working relationship with him during the period. And we thank God, I thank Nigerians that they bless us with success. And even though I'm no more chairman, but he remains my father, he remains my leader, he remains the president of Nigeria, and I'm a proud Nigerian. So in my culture, once in a while, you go and greet your father. And I assure him you are fine, and have a father-son conversation. And I think that is what I came to do. And like many of you say, oh, you have not seen me for long. So if you have not seen me for long, me too, I have not seen my father for long. So I've come home to greet him and to wish you well, but even personally, to thank him for the leadership he has provided us. Those of you who were in JOS or who monitor the JOS flag off, you will agree that even for many young boys here, including this my twin brother, you saw Mr. President sitting for about 5 hours. 5 hours, not going to use the washroom or whatever. I mean, that is showing of leadership, commitment, and consign to the party. He could have said he's doing his second term, so he's not going to go and dissipate energy and all that, but you saw what he did, which shows that he's truly our father, you know, and as a member and one of his children, I thought I should come and say thank you, not on behalf of the candidate. Candidate has already, and he knows how to thank him, but as a member, also as a son. You remember that when he came to Benin, when I was governor, I said, I came into politics as an orphan. I became a governor, and I was being harassed and intimidated by the then federal might under PDP. But thank God, by the time I was exiting at the end of my 8-year tenure, I had a father. So I came as an orphan, and I was living as a father. And I was fulfilled. And as if to give meaning to that, he supported my being chairman of the APC. You know, people know of when things are not perfect, like how I left. They will never understand how in the first place I became the chairman. It was courtesy of his appreciation of my person, small as I am. And that's why I did the campaign outside Abuja. And he did most of the campaign for me, so I can never forget that. And to those, I'm never indebted. So you can understand why once in a while, I must come and find out my father is doing well, and I assure him, me too, I'm doing well, and now we are working to ensure that he succeeded, not just by our party continuing in office, but also by a co-founding member of the party, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to become his worthy successor. And that, for me, would be good for Nigeria, and I'm fully involved in that project, I should know. So that's it.
So the Tinubu-Shettima presidential project, how far so far?
I think it's going very well. First, you can see, beside thanking Mr. President for his obvious open role, you have also seen one remarkable decision by all of the northern PDP governors that met on their own and decided that in order to service the unity of Nigeria and strengthen the bond of the country,
Not on PDP or
in order to strengthen the unity of Nigeria, the APC governors from the northern states, Northern APC Governors Forum, decided to support a southern person for the presidential candidate of APC. And our president is on record as the only president since 1999, if not since Nigeria became independent, who created the level playing field and said publicly, I'm not revealing anything to you. It was a state house statement when he said, I'm not anointing anybody. Anointing oil is with the APC candidates, and only they and they alone we nominate the person while he was there seated and watching the process. That was historic. So the significance of this, when you say whether we are doing well or not, is that whereas APC northern governors took that decision that let presidency go to the south, PDP, on the other hand, that has rotation in their constitution, some individuals there who put their interests above national consideration decided, not only in breach of their party constitution, but even in breach of the understanding they had among themselves, that they must contest. And you know the person. He has always been contesting, even against his own boss. When his boss was president, he was vice president. He didn't even want his boss to finish his second term, and he engaged him. And you've heard his boss saying the only mistake he has made in his life is picking the man from the former retired custom officer as his vice president. And what is the result of that? You now have a G5 governors who says the understanding we reach in in Asaba, voluntarily, both by PDP and APC governors, they stand by that agreement. Namely, that leaders must have character. And that if you are not yet president, and you are not obeying agreement, and Nigerians are talking of national unity, and you disobey the provision of your party constitution, which talks about rotation, in order to service that unity, and you can go to some part of the country and say, don't vote for Igbo, don't vote for Yoruba. Those are very damaging statements. It would be neater to say, don't vote for this person, Obi, don't vote for Tinubu. That is fine. You talk to their persons. But when you talk about race, don't vote for Igbo man. So if he's Igbo, no matter how good, he's a bad man in his eyes. If he's Yoruba, no matter how good, he's a bad man in his eye. At a time when we need national unity, and you watched Wike a moment ago, saying that the money which PDP didn't even pay them since 1999, that President Muhammadu Buhari released that money to South-South governors, other derivation, in addition to FAC. And he said they couldn't even do anything as PDP governors in the South-South to claim those benefits. But President Muhammadu Buhari ordered that all the payments that were not made, other derivation, be paid to them. And we can say this is what is using now to work. And other South-South governors, you also confess that President referred to them what PDP had denied them. I mean, so if you then ask me how we are doing very well. Whereas the other candidate now is battling with 5 governors have backed out, and you find out how many governors they have. We have 23. Now, if you are 23 with 5, I'm not saying the 5 are with us, but you have 23 with 5, I guess that is 28. You subtract 28 from 36, it means only 8 governors, in fact 7, because the other one in Abga is not there. So while he has 7 governors working for him, we have 23 working for us, and we have 5 who are neutral. You know, when you are voting, when I was in ILO, you vote for against or you abstain. Abstention is as good as voting against. So however you look at it, our candidature, our campaign is going smoothly, and the message is very clear. It's very clear. As I've said this way, it cannot be better. You saw us yesterday in Owerri. For me, that was perhaps one of the best outings we've had. And you listen to our candidate, you listen to those who spoke in Owerri, some of them offering to contribute towards the campaign because their concerns have been addressed by the APC candidate, because election is about interest. Whoever will address your interest, not religious sentiment, not ethnic sentiment, because hunger doesn't have religious affiliation. Unemployment doesn't have religious affiliation. Whoever will address your concerns, if you are a trader, whoever will make sure that the ports work more efficiently. You don't have to pay toll to all kinds of people. That is the kind of person you want. And government is about providing those access. The much talked about enabling environment. And our candidates are laid out how he will do it. And given his track record in Lagos, you watch Soludo saying Anambra is the headquarters of gully erosion, if not in the world, certainly in Africa. Now, the man who was once governor in Anambra is on the ticket. And we are saying Lagos, Atlantic Ocean, was threatening to swallow Victoria Island. And then we had a governor who not only fought back Atlantic Ocean from taking over Victoria Island, he now took advantage, fought back the... Atlantic Ocean create what we now know as Eco-Atlantic, which is almost as large as VI. It has now become a prime area of Lagos. So from a situation where people were afraid that existing VI was going to go under, is the Mami water that is now in trouble. And that is about vision, it's about character, it's about showing that whatever any man can think and think clearly, and you have the good heart to do it, God will give you the enablement to translate it. So our candidate has a lot to say compared to those who, because this thing is not by miracle. You can be a good man, but not a good leader. And Nigeria needs someone who has courage. So we can go on and on. So our campaign are doing extremely well. And you can see that I'm happy.
Yes. As a former labor leader with vast experience in labor crisis resolution, and you are very close to Mr. President, during the ASUU crisis, we never see you assisting government to resolve that issue. And you are very close to the government. Do you have a reason for it?
No, I think it's about, I do agree that you probably didn't hear my voice, but you know, you have a Ministry of Labor. I was involved in the past, but that was at the invitation of the then minister when Yaradua was president. Now, the current Minister of Labor didn't invite me, and there is no need to go and do busybody. But whatever I could say quietly, I said. And I will continue to do that. But don't be so convinced about what you can do as to act in a way that you could be accused of, but I think the most important thing is that the issues are almost resolved, or they are resolved. It's now about whether you should pay me fully, even if I didn't work, or I should be paid according to when I work. So I guess the issues are being resolved. And I'm happy about those. Thank you very much.
Excellency. Just meet it there.
Meet it there.